encourage, motivate, inspire. You're watching Journey with James TV. Walk with me on this journey as I share transparent stories of my life and others, the ups and the downs, failures and successes, offering you hope and advice that can help you in your journey. So join me on this journey walk where you will be encouraged, be motivated, and be inspired. This is The Journey with James. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Journey with James podcast. I'm James, of course, and of course, I'm elated that you guys have joined me yet again. Wherever you are right now, whether you're listening or you're watching, I hope that I will encourage, inspire, and motivate you in this thing called life. I always say, why not encourage one another? Why not help one another in this thing called life? Let's not pull each other down like crabs in the barrel, but let's lift each other up. I think it's so important. And so the whole theme of the Journey with James is kind of share some of my stories in hopes that it'll help you. Good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. We're all in this journey and we all can help each other to become better people, better versions of ourselves. The last podcast that I had was, we started season 12, episode 1. I got a little bit vulnerable. You know, it's hard being vulnerable. I thought I had it in the bag some years ago, but it seems like as I get older, I'm kind of guarded. I don't know why, but I was able to let you guys know that, hey, somebody hurt my feelings real bad, and it's something when you are getting to know a person, possible relationship or whatever, and then it seems like they just ghost you and everything like that. But I will say this: I am so happy to get some feedback from some people. Several people have told me that they had similar stories, and they say thank you for sharing. So I'm glad I shared. But it's interesting that some of the stories are similar. It's like, what in the world? That is crazy to me. My mind cannot wrap around that people can do those things, and maybe intentionally or unintentionally, we don't know. But it's just crazy to wrap around that people can do people in a way that's wrong, and you really are a good person. But the reality is, people are going to be people. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. But at the same time, people are going to do things that they see fit, and sometimes it hurts you, sometimes it scars you. But you have to realize it's not you, that you are enough, you are good. And that's what I think about myself, that I am enough, and that I'm worthy of relationship. I'm worthy of love and all the things that comes with it. I am worthy, and you are worthy as well. This week I want to discuss a little bit about something that I grew up with some people in my life that have been encouragements to me, whether it be a friend, a family member, or whatnot. I've always had a crowd of people that would be mentors or just people that was just trying to instill in me. And one particular person that instilled some things in me I really looked up to. And it was really, really good because they have given me some life lessons. And I remember a time where they wanted me to do something in my life that was kind of parallel, was different than what I wanted to do. And I remember I had to come up with a certain amount of money and be able to do that. Well, the deadline came and I didn't have the money. For those of you who don't know, it was a struggle for me growing up. We didn't live with the best of everything. I have times where we didn't have lights and different things like that. It was a lot to endure. So getting my own job and trying to save and things like that was hard because a lot of times I would help my family as much as I can. I know I had to give rent to where I was. And I thank God for it now because it taught me responsibility. It taught me how to understand that money don't grow on trees, really, and that you have to pay bills. You got to do all these things. So I appreciate that. But some people didn't have that. They really grew up where their parents let them keep their money, save their money up, and do things like that. They didn't have to worry about bills and everything. And so for me, I always felt I was at a disadvantage. But for this particular time, I didn't have the money, and this person said to me, "I'm disappointed in you." And that thing stuck to me like it stung. It really stung because someone that I look up to, someone that knows my situation, that knows that I've been trying, said they're disappointed in me. And it made me feel like I was a failure. It made me feel less than. It made me feel like I wasn't enough. Like I couldn't do the things that they wanted to do. But that's the whole thing of it. I didn't want to do it to begin with. I didn't think I wanted to do it, but I did it because I wanted to please that person. And a lot of times in our life, that's what we do. We do things to please other people. But I got into a point in my life where I realized that I'm glad it didn't happen for me. They may be successful in whatever they're doing now, but it wouldn't have been something that I want to do. I wouldn't have been happy. I wouldn't have been content. What I'm doing now in TV and things like that, this is where I feel content. I feel peace. I feel love. I feel happy. And I'm okay with that. But it's some things I want you guys to gather from this. Maybe 3 takeaways I want you guys to get from this. That sometimes you're not going to be able to please everybody. You're just not going to be able to do it. Sometimes, you may fall short in some things, and sometimes people might say they're disappointing you. But you got to make sure you tell yourself that you can do anything. I remember the scripture. I love the scripture in Philippians 4:13. It says, I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. And so God gives me the strength to do it. He gives me the dream. He gives me the things that I want and desires in my heart. But he's not only going to give you something that he wants you to do, but he's also going to give you the things that you need to do to get to that point. Whether it be people, situations, things like that, God will always see you do, because I am strengthened through him. And so with all that said, we may not be able to please everybody else. However, we can definitely do what we feel that God is telling us to do for our lives. And, it may be in a thing where they were, not trying to be funny or whatever, but they may not even know they hurt my feelings. And so for me, I have to have that conversation. I have not had that conversation. I'll be honest with you. I haven't had that conversation because I'm still feeling it's traumatic for me. It's been like maybe 10, 12 years now. But I think it's important for me to have that conversation with them, let them know how I feel, because sometimes people don't realize they hurt you. And so take this away, that understand this, that sometimes you don't realize they hurt you until you actually say something. And so that's something that I'm working on within myself in my journey. I have to be honest. It's been hard because I'm so hurt by it, it's disappointed about it. I mean, I move forward, but I always have that in the back of my mind. It caused me to kind of push away from that person because I feel like, hey, I might disappoint them again. I don't know. And this is what kind of sealed the deal for me. I meant to mention this before. So the first takeaway, of course, is to definitely have that talk with the person if you can, and let them know how you feel, because a lot of times they don't know. But I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go to takeaway 2 in just a second, but I want to share something as an addendum to the story. This particular time, a few years ago, I felt like I wanted to please this person in every way possible, try to find something. Well, I started to go get my doctorate. And I was so excited about going to get this doctorate and, I achieving something and all this kind of stuff. And I mentioned it to them. And they went to something else. They didn't say, oh, I'm happy, congratulations. It was just like, whatever. They start talking about their things and what they're doing and everything. And I'm like, are you serious? That's what sealed the deal for me. I was like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. And so they don't know that hurt me as well. But that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy to me. And it made me think that people really don't care what you do. If you're not just doing if you're just doing what they want them to do, they don't care about what you do unless you're doing what they say to do. I think I said it right. I may be a little bit, I don't know. I might have said that wrong. But in all of that, I'm trying to say is those moments made me feel away because I really looked up to this person. And when you look up to somebody, you really, really, really take in what they have to say, their advice and their mentorship. It can be really, really devastating when you feel that they're disappointed, or they say to you, I'm disappointed in you, or you let them know an achievement that you want to do, or the achievement that you are currently doing, and they kind of dismiss it and talk about what they're doing and how they're so successful. And in essence, what they do is they remind you that you could have been where I am because I asked you to do this too. But at the same time, they don't understand that I'm content in where I am. I'm content in what I'm doing. And I realized something, that when you're happy in what you're doing, nobody can stop you. No one can stop you from what you're doing. You got to continue to trust God, continue to trust your instincts, and continue to trust in where you're going, and do what you feel is right for you. And for those people who are, find you as a disappointment, just know that you're not a disappointment. Just know that it should not stop you from your goals. Just know that you can do all things through Christ, which gives you strength, like Philippians 4:13 said. Just know that you can do it. And sometimes you got to push that to the side and not let that affect where you're going, because a lot of times we let those things boggle our minds and we don't get anywhere. Imagine if I let that stuff affect me in a way where I don't get to the place I want to be. Imagine if I don't get that job I wanted, that career, all because I feel like I'm a disappointment to people. So somebody here I know is dealing with that, feel like a disappointment and feel like they can't really go for their dreams because they feel stuck in trying to please people. I'm going to tell you now, you can do it. You can stop focusing on that and you can focus on where you want to go, and you can really, I would say you would tune in to where you want to go. Write down what your goals are. Find the right people that can help you get to that place, and not allow yourself to be affected by what other people say. It's so important that we do that. So takeaway 1, have that conversation with that person if you feel a way, because you don't want to. And for me, as I even talk about it, I don't want to mess up something that was good because of a miscommunication. Hey, they may not have realized that they were being that way. And so having that conversation is important. And it's hard, but take the time to do it, even if you have to write a letter or whatever you need to do to get that out. But 2, also, don't feel like you can't do anything anymore because of what people say. Focus on where God is taking you. Focus on where your heart is. Focus on what makes you happy and go for it. Go for the gusto. They may not like it. They may want you to do something else. But at the end of the day, it's about where you are in your life and your journey. Everybody's different. We're like tools in a toolbox. Each one of us have different skill sets, different things that we do. But we're all building upon the kingdom together with all of our skill sets and things like that. We all need each other, but we all can't be the same. So remember that. And just be encouraged. The third thing I'll say, be encouraged. And don't give up on the fight, okay? I hope I encourage you guys some. I hope that my story has really resonated with you guys. And if anybody has dealt with that, I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to hear what you think about it. And some ways that maybe you have gotten through it, how you process it. Because we all do different things. This is just how I'll deal with it. One of the things that I have to do, and I will update you guys, is have that conversation with that person and then update you as time goes on, okay? God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me on this edition of the Journey with James podcast. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care and God bless.